Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. How you're going today? So today I got a interesting art journal page. Didn't really go how I wanted it to, but it was fun. It was fun for the hour and fun to play. So I grabbed a grabbed a face out of a magazine and was going to alter it and give her a funky little dress and some funky hair, etc. I've seen on Instagram Neve Bailey altering a book with all these faces in it, and googled the book, wanted the book. The book was a bit expensive, so I said, I can do sort of the same thing with the magazine image. So just gluing the magazine image down with some Liquitex matte gel medium. I actually liked how the matte gel medium went over the magazine image because it took the glossiness off. So when I'm using magazine images in my art journal, I might use the matte gel medium just over the top, regardless of whether I'm altering them, just to give it a more of a matte look. It looks really good. So just drying that off. So I'm working in a Montmartre, what's it called? Sketchbook journal. The paper's not so great, but I usually glue 2 pages together and make sure I seal it with gesso, and the pages are okay. But the paper's not good for art journaling. But I've got these books here that I bought, so I thought I may as well use them up. Trying to use everything up this year and be good. So I grabbed out some Dina Wakley lime paint, and I've got to take the top off and stick my paintbrush in because this paint is getting empty. I don't really like the colour green, but I seem to be reaching for it more often than not. So I decided to give her green hair. Why not? Because the green paint was sort of in reach. Must have been hanging around on my desk from another project. So just painting in her hair, nice and lime green colour. As I said, I just wanted to make this girl look really funky, and didn't really have a plan when I started, just wanted to play. Do I really have a plan when I start stuff? No. So just painting straight over the magazine image, sealing it with the matte gel medium, gave it a bit of sort of grittiness, so the paint stuck a bit better. So I do like her with the green hair. I am happy with the page. It just didn't turn out in my head as I anticipated. Most of the time when I have an idea in my head and I go to execute said idea goes out the window and something else comes along. So obviously went to grab something. Sorry, I thought I cut all this this out. So I went to grab some washi tape. So I decided to give her a really colourful washi tape dress. Now this is really old washi tape again, story of my life, old stuff. Trying to use it up, so it was a bit more sticky than it should have been, and it ends up tearing a bit of the paper, but in the end you don't really see it. I cover it up. So just adding bits down near where her dress is, just to give her a very simple dress. And I do apologise, my head is in and out of the shot. For anyone that's new to my channel, I do have low vision. I wear glasses, but they don't really do much. And when I'm doing sort of a bit more fine work, unfortunately I need to be a lot closer to my art journal. I'm experimenting with different ways of filming, and I really haven't come up with anything better at this stage, because if I alter the angle of the camera, you get a really skew-if look of the art journal page, and personally I don't like that, and I don't like that as a viewer, so I'm assuming you guys don't. So my head will just pop in and out of the frame. Should have brushed my hair by the looks of it. Oopsies. Note to self, brush hair before start videoing. So I just put strips of the different colours across for her dress. Was a bit time consuming. This is sped up about 4 times. But as I said, I'm trying to use the washi tape up. I do have a substantial collection. And those rolls just go on forever and ever and ever. It's like the never-ending gobsmacker from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It just goes on and on and on and on. So decided to do some outlining with a black Posca pen, just to give her a bit more of a cartoony look, sort of. I don't know. I was just having fun playing. There's also another artist I watch on YouTube that does a lot of this lined work that I end up doing in the background. Oops, sneaky peek. But I can't remember her name. If I can remember her channel, I'll link it below. But yeah, I was just having fun. So ended up giving her a collar because I tore parts of her neck under sort of where I'd stuck too much washi tape, and then decided to cut it away. If you're very careful, you can cut the layer of washi tape without cutting the underneath layer, but obviously I wasn't that careful. So then I took some fluorescent yellow paint. These are little squirt paints from Kmart, I believe. They're not very good at squirting, but they are very runny and very neon in colour, so I just use them with a paintbrush, and they're really cool colours, but they don't spray very well. But I decided to use them up in this way as regular paints because they're nice and translucent. Yes, I had another great idea. Let's grab this pack of washi shaped stickers and use them in her hair. So I picked the stars. Oh my god, I sped this up 8 times because this took me a while and was frustrating. The washi, they're actually washi tape die cut stars, and they're sort of stacked on top of each other, but the problem was you pulled one point and you'd sort of rip it. You'd have to get sort of 3 points up and peel the whole thing off, and then 2 or 3 had come, and then you try to separate them. So I have flowers in this same thing from Kmart, and I've used the flowers before, and they were great. They were more bulky shapes and more roundy shapes and leaf shapes. They come off a lot easier. These stars were a pain in the proverbial. Yes, they're very much painful to put on, but I persisted because I really liked them in her hair. I will persist and use them, but yeah, they're not the funnest thing. In the packet there's butterflies, I think hearts, dots and flowers, so hopefully those shapes will be a bit easier to get off. I'm also adding more glue, just a little bit of dot glue under the stars, because the stars are washi tape and they're going over paint. Washi tape doesn't like to stick over paint most times, so I'm just adding a bit of craft glue just to stick them on. So I do love the effect, but oh my god, that was a pain. It was very, very painful to get them off. Halfway through it's like, oh, I'm going to give up, but then I had half her head done, I had the other half. You see all these lovely products in the shops and go, oh, that would be a good idea. Yeah, the stars, I think it is a good idea. Die cut washi shapes, just the stars were not a fantastic shape to choose. Hopefully the other shapes are a bit easier. So now deciding to outline the stars, sort of going down more that cartoony route. So taking a black paint pen and tracing around the stars just to give them a bit more definition and make them stand out a bit. They got a bit lost in the green. As I said, this was not going quite as I anticipated. I was going to put a hat, or a funky hat on her at one stage, and I didn't end up doing that. I was just having fun playing. I haven't been at my art desk just playing for myself. No stress, no have to do this class or have to do that for quite a while, so it was just fun. Apologise, my head will get out of the way in a minute. So just drying off the paint pen. Then I go looking for the big paint pen I used to start with and look through my entire case, and it was not put away, it was still on my desk. Trying to put my black and white pens away so I don't lose them. I often shove them to the side and they get lost, or they get legs and walk away from my desk, so I'm trying to put things back when I use them. Not working so far. So then I decided to fill her hair with just some big dots. Just the stars looked a bit lost without something more on her head. I don't know, I was just having fun. I could sit there and doodle and draw and add things and outline things all day. It's calming to my brain, like Zentangling, like doodling. Ooh, got a sneak peek of another page then. So now I'm thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I thought, oh, I'll do a border around the edge. That border ended up being stripes right across behind her head. I was going to write a big quote, but then I thought I'm not really in the mood to do a lot of wording. Not in the mood to do a quote with a lot of letters, and my handwriting is should have been a doctor. My handwriting is about that good. Trying to practice with my handwriting and lettering, just wasn't feeling the lettering, so decided to do some stripes in the background. Then the stripes look odd. So I go to add some more stuff, so just trying to give the page a border as well. So here I'm sitting there, what next? I don't know. And then I decided, I obviously had a break and my book got turned around, and then I decided to add some scallops. Why? I don't know, felt like good at the time. Why do I add anything to my art journal pages? Because it feels good at the time. So again, using another paint pen. So I could literally sit here and doodle and Zentangle and add a lot of patterns, and I could have added patterns to the stars, and I could have done a whole lot more. I could have added more patterns and more stuff. But I decided to stop. Stopping is the hard bit, but yeah, she's really funky. So if you ever do try this, you can sort of take the magazine face and leave her virtually untouched, and then alter her hair and her shirt and make something really funky. Then I decided it needed a bit more colour in the background, so the green that I put on her sort of fake collar, I decided to add in the background just to tone the colour down a bit. And my paint pen was playing up quite a lot. Paint pens don't like to be left neglected, and mine have been neglected for a little while, so they take a bit to get going. Now I'm umming and ahhing about what to do again. So bring out the white. So I knew I wanted to bring some white highlights back in, so I sort of did a line down the stripes in the background and sort of highlighted around her hair as well. As I said, I could have added more, but knowing when to stop is hard. So we do have some close-up photos at the end for some more detail, but this was just a fun, funky art journal page. Just for fun, seeing something on YouTube, being inspired by. Pulled out my Delusions stickers for a quote because they're nice and snarky, so I ended up going with, I don't know how to put this nicely, so I won't. So just cutting up the quote and sticking it on, also outlining the quote, adding more glue to the quote too. Again, these are stickers, so they don't tend to stick over paint and over paint pen really well. So I always add extra glue to anything I stick to my art journal page that already has adhesive on it. So just drawing around the words so they look like they're connected to the page, and that's about it. A fun little art journal page. Here's some close-ups. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know if you give this funkiness a try. It was so much fun. Bye for now.